Let's see if we can get YouTube on as well. What is going on? Let's see. I think we are live. Hold the line, folks. Hold the line. Sorry. Yeah, we are live. Okay. For some reason. All right. Hello, hello. Hi, gigpreneur. What is going on? Welcome. Happy Sunday. In hopes that you squeezed more out of your day than the day squeezed out of you. My name is Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. If that is you, drop the word me in the comments and I will get back with you after this live. Some new developments today. I have, as many of you know, my last company was Modere, and Modere has shut its door internationally as far as the business and the company is concerned, and no longer in the game, if you would. So, and I've been looking, I actually haven't been looking that much. I've looked into a few things, but my goal is this week is my week of evaluation. But um, today I was on a couple of webinars and Zooms and whatnot, and I think I have a couple of really good choices, platforms to choose from, which is kind of interesting because it brings me to the topic tonight. The package ordered is usually the package delivered, right? Or is it? Like if you were to pack it, or Tanya, what? Oh. So if you were to order a package from Amazon and you, let's say, ordered some socks, I don't know, you ordered some socks and you get a box of socks. Makes sense, right? If you ordered whatever you ordered, you have an understanding of how that order is going to get to you, right? For example, if you ordered from Amazon, you know that UPS is most likely going to be dropping off your box, right? If you order something internationally, you know that it's going to be DHL. If it's something locally, you know it's going to be the post office who's gonna drop it off, right? Okay, so what you ordered is what you get, and the delivery is kind of understood. Now, would it be kind of strange if you ordered something from Canada, let's say, and you don't live in Canada? Let's say you ordered something from Canada and you don't live in Canada. And let's say it was supposed to come to you by UPS, you know it's going to be UPS. And let's say that your neighborhood trash pickup company drops the package off to you. Not because they got it by mistake or anything. No, but that would be the method the package gets to you. Would that be a little strange? Would that be a little odd? Would you say the trash pickup is going to drop off my box? That's kind of weird. They're there to pick up the trash. Okay. Now, let me ask you a question. You ordered a box of socks. You got a box of socks. The trash guy delivered the box to you, but you still got the box of socks. Would you be complaining? Would you be complaining that trash guy dropped it off? Or would you be okay the fact that you still got your box? I'm really curious. If you're watching live or replay, drop your comments in the no audio. What? Are you serious right now? Can you hear me? How's that no audio? No way. Are you serious? Can you hear me now? Thank you for the follow. I'll follow back for sure. Can you guys hear me? Somebody said they can't hear me. That would really not be cool. All this time we talked. You guys, can you hear me? I'm hoping you can hear me. What? Sean, you remind me a lot of my uncle. Must be a good looking guy. Cool 5. You're already cool. My number is actually 5. I was born September 5th. A lot of stuff in my life add up to 5. So cool just became cooler. And so, hey, so I take it you can hear me, right? Okay. Somebody just said they can't hear me. Anyway, if you were to, I'll just kind of, in case somebody didn't hear it, I'll just give you a real quick summary. So let's say you ordered a box of socks from Amazon. You get your box of socks, and you know that it's going to come through UPS, right? You get your order in, you get your order in your hand, and the way in between was UPS, and UPS was the guy who dropped it off. Cool, no problem there. But what if you ordered a box of socks from Amazon, you got the box of socks, but your trash pickup guy dropped your box? Not because he found it, not because it was delivered to him wrong, but he's the one who dropped it off. Be a little strange, be a little odd. You'd be like, oh, okay, right? Now, the first time you may let it go because you still got the box of socks, right? You still got your product, and you'd be like, that was kind of like weird, right? But then what happens if it happens again? Like you ask for something, you buy something, you get it, but then it gets dropped off by a drone, let's just say. They're like, what in the world is going on? Right? What I'm sharing with you is that's kind of how God works. I have found sometimes that you pray and you pray and you pray. Sometimes you don't get your prayer, right, answered, and you're like, oh my goodness. Time goes by and you're like, thank goodness he didn't answer that prayer. Can I get an amen to that? Can I? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? You're like, thank goodness he didn't answer that prayer. That would have been bad, right? I don't know what I was thinking. But then there are times that you ask for something and you get it. You don't really know that's what you got. And then it reveals itself to you in a whole different way. Just like the trash guy dropped off the package unexpectedly. It comes to you in a very unexpected way. Would that be a little, right? Would that raise your curiosity? Would that raise your thoughts? You ask for something, you pray for something. Let's say you say, you know what, I'll just put myself out there. I'm looking for a good opportunity. My company shut down. I'm looking for a great opportunity, great person, great place I can lock arms with and run with and build a business, right? Build a business, impact people's lives, make a difference, that kind of a thing. And like mean it, not just say it, right? So let's say you ask for that and you're expected to see certain things, right? You're like, okay, this person may have a platform, this may have a job, this may happen, this, right? And then you get that answer in a whole different delivery method. You're like, okay, this may still lead me to where I want to go, but that is not the route I wanted to take or I thought I would take. So sometimes when we get something, or somebody shows up in our lives, or something happens in our lives, I truly believe it may be because we prayed for that. But we didn't ask for the way it was given to us. That's not what we asked for. We asked for a good life. We asked for a good business. We asked for health. We asked for, you know, good opportunities, good paycheck, all this stuff. But then he may give you a job to do that gives you all that, but you're like, whoa, really this? And I want you to be open to the delivery methods. And it's going to it's going to be surprising. God does things that will surprise you. Why does it surprise you? Because you wouldn't think of it. That's why it surprises you. Because you wouldn't think of it. Let's say, for example, I say, oh man, I want an extra $500 this month, right? And I run scenarios in my head how I would get that $500, right? I'm like, if I sell this, if I do that, if I do that job, if I do this, okay, that's $500. And then all of a sudden, $500 shows up in my life, and it's none of the ways I thought it that I would get it. You're like, whoa, isn't that when you call a miracle? Probably. But isn't that cool? Sometimes, sometimes it's cool because a lot of times we miss it, don't we? It's delivered to us, but just because it was delivered to us by the trash guy, we'll refuse the package. We're not opening it. I'm asking you, open it. I'm asking you to be okay to be surprised. And that's how God works. I honestly, this past 2 days, um, he's really blown my mind. I don't really have another way of saying it, but he's really blown my mind, and and in in a way that I never thought. Right? It's again that just unexpected, unthought of, right? Untraditional, unorthodox, that kind of a thing. And I know we all experience it because something happens in our lives. We're like, whoa, I was not what expecting that. Maybe I was expecting that result, but I was not expecting how I got that result. It's because it it's beyond your design. Because his will is above our desires, right? So I'm just blown away by how he shows up, you know, and how he does things, and I'm humbled by him and what he does. So I feel like sometimes we miss a lot of opportunities, we miss a lot of doors because we weren't just like thinking about it at all. Like we were walking through this hallway, there's this door we're supposed to go through, but it's just so like vague and it's not pretty. It doesn't have a neon sign on it. It doesn't say enter Sean, enter here. It doesn't say any of that stuff. And we just pass by, we miss it. And I'm hoping we pay more attention to that stuff and we don't miss that stuff. And so, if you feel like sometimes you're asking for things and you're not getting answers, just be open to a different way of receiving. And that's what I'm kind of learning as I go, right? I'm learning that, hey, sometimes I got to be open to a different way of receiving, different way of getting it, right? And so, with that, hopefully, you guys got some love, some inspiration, some value. I'll have some news for you tomorrow or Tuesday as to what my new adventures are going to be, my what my new platform is going to be, what I'll be doing. Hopefully, I'll know in the next couple of days between all the companies I'm taking a glance at, not a glance, actually a look at. So what's weird? There's so much out there, and I was just so connected with my company, and there's really nothing like it out there. There really isn't. The whole concept, the way it was, the culture, there's really nothing like that company out. There really isn't. And I'm saying this with a closed door. Like you cannot join me, so it's over. So, but I'm saying there's just nothing like it out there. There are a couple options, really good options on the table that I'm taking a serious look at. And I'll know in the next couple of days which way I'll go. So, with that, if you feel like this is worthy of sharing, do what you gotta do. Spread the love. Tag a couple of people. And with that, I am Sean Azimi, and I help folks with a job to start a side gig online and use social media to grow it. If that is you, drop the word me in the comments, and I will get back with you after this live. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the text messages and chats. I know I haven't caught up. I did say I won't catch up until Monday. So if I haven't responded back to you, hang in there, stay tight. I'll get back with all my texts and chats and messages tomorrow. So that's the plan. And if you're not following me, I'm not really sure why not. Let's go already. I'm live on all channels: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, later on X, Threads, and LinkedIn. Would love to have a connection with you. So let's go. With that, I am signing off until tomorrow when we do it all over again.